I spent the entire morning staring at draft boards, and something just clicked that has me genuinely fired up about the next phase of this franchise. We've been talking about building something special here in Chicago, and I think I just identified the piece that could lock in our offensive line for the next decade. This isn't about flashy names or highlight reel players. This is about the kind of foundational move that championship teams make when nobody's paying attention. Welcome to Bears News Fan Report, where you're getting the latest updates, insider perspectives, and all the rumors surrounding our Chicago Bears. If you're here, you live and breathe navy blue and orange just like me, and what I'm about to break down could change everything about how you view our upcoming draft strategy. Let me set the stage for where we are right now as an organization. For the first time in what feels like forever, we're not in full rebuild mode anymore. Think about that for a second. We're not tearing everything down and starting from scratch. We're not hoping to find our identity. We actually have one. The objective has shifted dramatically from foundational rebuilding to strategic reinforcement, and that distinction is absolutely massive for how we approach the 2026 NFL Draft. This is the position every franchise dreams of being in. We have our core pieces in place. We have our franchise quarterback developing. We have playmakers on both sides of the ball. Now it's about adding the right complementary pieces that take us from playoff contender to legitimate Super Bowl threat. And when you're in that position, every single draft pick becomes exponentially more important because you're not just looking for talent anymore. You're looking for perfect fits. The Bears are currently projected to be picking 25th overall in the first round, which tells you everything you need to know about where this team has come. We're not in the top 10 anymore, desperately hoping to find a savior. We're in that sweet spot where good teams get better, where you can add premium talent without the pressure of needing them to save your franchise on day one. But here's what keeps me up at night, and here's what I've been obsessing over for weeks now. We have elite pieces along our offensive line. Joe Thuney is one of the best guards in football. Drew Dalman has been solid at center. Jonah Jackson brings veteran experience. Darnell Wright is entrenched at right tackle and looks like a long-term solution. But there's one spot, one critical position that has been our Achilles heel. And if we don't address it properly, it could derail everything we're trying to build. I'm talking about left tackle, the blindside protector, the position that keeps your franchise quarterback upright and healthy. And right now, we don't have a definitive answer there. Theo Benedette has struggled when given opportunities. Ozzie Trapilo, our 2025 Day 2 pick, is still developing and clearly needs more time. This isn't a position where you can just hope things work out. This is a position where you need certainty, stability, and elite-level play. Think about what happens when you don't have that left tackle position locked down. Your quarterback is constantly under pressure from his blind side. Your play calling becomes limited because you can't trust your protection. Your entire offensive identity suffers because you're always compensating for a weakness that opposing defenses will exploit every single week. Now imagine the opposite scenario. Imagine having your entire offensive line set with legitimate starters at every position. Imagine the confidence your quarterback plays with when he knows he's protected. Imagine the running lanes that open up when you have 5 guys up front who can dominate the line of scrimmage. That's the difference between being a good offense and being an unstoppable offense. This is where the 2026 draft becomes absolutely crucial for our trajectory. We're picking 25th overall, which historically is right in that range where you can find premium offensive linemen who might not have the name recognition of the top 10 picks, but have all the tools to become Pro Bowl caliber players. And after diving deep into this draft class, studying tape, analyzing projections, and thinking about what fits our scheme, I've identified the player who I believe could be the final piece of our offensive line puzzle. Let me tell you what I've been watching. There's an offensive tackle prospect out there who might not generate the same headlines as some of the flashier skill position players, but represents exactly the type of investment that keeps a roster competitive over multiple seasons. We're talking about a player who brings size, athleticism, and a physical demeanor that fits perfectly with what we've been building up front. This prospect has the kind of frame that offensive line coaches dream about, the kind of natural athleticism that translates immediately to the NFL level, and most importantly, the kind of mentality that matches what Matt Eberflus and our coaching staff have been trying to establish. We want physical, nasty, dominant players in the trenches, and this guy checks every single box. Here's what makes this potential selection so exciting to me. If we add this player at left tackle, look at what our offensive line would look like. You'd have a legitimate starting caliber left tackle protecting the blind side. Joe Thuney at left guard, one of the best in the business. Drew Dalman at center, solid and reliable. Jonah Jackson at right guard, bringing veteran presence. And Darnell Wright at right tackle, young and improving. That's 5 legitimate starters across the entire offensive line. Do you understand how rare that is in today's NFL? Most teams are scrambling to find 3 quality offensive linemen. We'd have 5. That's the kind of advantage that allows you to impose your will on opponents. That's the kind of advantage that makes your offense virtually unstoppable when everyone is healthy and playing well. And here's the beautiful part about this strategy. This wouldn't be a flashy pick that gets everyone excited on draft night. This wouldn't generate massive headlines or sell jerseys. But 3 years from now, when we're competing for championships and our quarterback is one of the least sacked in the NFL, we'll look back at this moment and recognize it as the move that changed everything. Think about the ripple effects of having an elite offensive line. Your running game becomes more consistent. Your play-action passes become more effective. Your quarterback has time to go through his progressions and make the right reads. Your offense becomes multiple and unpredictable because you're not limited by protection concerns. Everything gets better when you invest in the trenches. This is the type of move that Ryan Poles has shown he's willing to make. He's not afraid to invest premium draft capital in the offensive line. He understands that protecting your quarterback and establishing the run game are foundational principles of winning football. And this prospect represents outstanding value at pick 25. So here's what I'm projecting. Here's the move I think makes too much sense to ignore. The Chicago Bears select Caleb Lomu, offensive lineman from Utah, with the 25th overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. This is the move that completes our offensive line transformation. Lomu is one of the premier tackle prospects in this entire class, bringing exactly what we need at left tackle. He has the size to handle NFL edge rushers. He has the athleticism to play in space and handle speed rushers. He has the physical mentality to match what we're building. And most importantly, he has the technical foundation to come in and contribute immediately. This isn't a developmental project. This is a day one starter who could lock down that left tackle position for the next decade. Pairing Lomu with the established veterans we already have would instantly give us one of the best offensive lines in the entire NFL. Think about what that does for our championship aspirations. Think about what that does for our quarterback's development. Think about what that does for our ability to control games and impose our will on opponents. The more I study Lomu, the more convinced I am that he's the perfect Bears player. He plays with the kind of toughness and physicality that this organization demands. He has the technical skills that translate immediately to the NFL. And he fills the one remaining hole on what could be an absolutely dominant offensive line. This is the type of draft pick that might not generate massive excitement on social media, but it's the type of move that championship teams make. It's smart, it's strategic, and it addresses a clear need with a high-quality prospect. 3 years from now, we'll look back at Caleb Lomu as the move that solidified our offensive line and allowed everything else to flourish. So that's my projection. That's what I'm seeing when I analyze this draft class and think about what makes sense for the Chicago Bears. Caleb Lomu in the first round is the move that takes our offensive line from good to elite, and it's the foundation for sustained success over the next decade. Now I want to hear from you. Do you agree that left tackle should be our priority in the first round? What do you think about Lomu as a prospect? Are there other positions you'd rather see us address with that 25th pick? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I read every single one and I genuinely value your perspectives as fellow Bears fans. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay locked in on all the latest Bears news, draft analysis, and insider information, make sure you subscribe to Bears News Fan Report and smash that notification bell. I'm putting out content consistently with the kind of in-depth analysis you won't find anywhere else. Hit that like button if you appreciate the work and share this video with your Bears fan friends who need to know about Caleb Lomu. The analysis presented in this video is based on draft projections, scouting reports, and evaluation of team needs heading into the 2026 NFL Draft. Until next time, Bear down!